The opening scene begins with a group of 3 men who are searching for rare spider species in the middle of the North African desert. During this, one of the men discovers a hole, so he immediately summons his fellow group members. They then inject some poisonous gas into the hole and wait. A few moments later, a bunch of spiders emerge from it, and one of them viciously attacks a member. The man chokes in extreme pain, but his friends ignore him and proceed to capture the insects. Upon gathering as many species as possible, a group member walks to the suffering man with a machete and puts him out of his misery. The scene then cuts to our protagonist, Caleb, a young street hustler who traffics in black market merchandise. He is currently at a jewelry store to purchase some great items. He wants the best stuff, so the store owner, Ali, takes him to a secret storage room where he has gathered all the unregistered things for sale. Ali shows him a nice set of earrings, but Caleb has his gaze fixed on the collection of valuable creatures. He is particularly fascinated by the rare spider from the earlier scene, so he decides to bring it home along with the jewelry. Before departing, Ali warns him about the extremely poisonous spider, advising him to be very careful. Caleb returns to his apartment in a huge ring-shaped building. Once there, he comes across some kids of the community who are playing with firecrackers and littering the place. Upon realizing that they're making the janitor's job hard, Caleb confiscates the firecrackers and scolds them.
Stop making a mess, you fucks.
He then meets with his friend and business partner, Mathis, who is a part-time MMA fighter as well. The two of them work together in selling Nike sneakers to the local residents. While checking the number of deliveries, Caleb notices that one of the shoe boxes is wet because of some pipe leak. Mathis suggests that they deliver the shoe in the same box, but Caleb emphasizes that they must maintain quality. Thus, he asks Mathis to buy another box. Following this, Caleb enters his apartment, which he shares with his sister Manon. In his room, he has set up several aquariums of rare insects, indicating his fondness towards arachnids. Manon is clearly dissatisfied with her brother spending money on stupid bugs. Instead of helping her cover the house expenses, she complains regarding the same, but Caleb brushes her off as usual. After this, he decides to put the poisonous spider in the damaged shoebox until he makes a new home for it. Later that night, Caleb goes to attend a small birthday party thrown by a woman named Claudia. Turns out she has taken care of him and Manon after their mother's demise, which is why they're very grateful to her. Caleb surprises Claudia with the same earring which he bought earlier, making her overjoyed. After the party, he returns to his room, only to discover that the spider has gotten out of the shoebox through a hole. This freaks him out, and he frantically starts searching for it. But much to his dismay, he only finds a cocoon in the box. Fearing that it may attack him at night, he locks the room and goes to sleep on the couch. You'd think a guy with a room full of spiders would have a better strat than that. The next morning, Caleb wakes up to a loud sound of a drill. It's his sister remodeling the apartment with the help of her friend Leela and her boyfriend Jordy. Shortly after, Mathis shows up with a new box for the shoes. Once the packing is done, Caleb goes to deliver it to a local resident, Tumini. The transaction is noticed by another local resident who suspects that they're smuggling drugs. That's too nice a box not to be drugs. But he opts not to react for now. Later on, as Tumini is trying on his new shoes, something bites him from inside. A spider then comes out of the shoe, scaring the life out of him. Tumini instantly kills it, and it's then eaten by his dog. However, the threat isn't neutralized yet, as the spider has already laid millions of eggs inside the shoe. They all emerge from inside, and violently attack Tumini. He frantically tries to reach Caleb via phone, but the latter doesn't receive it. Meanwhile, Caleb returns to his room to find his uninvited friends looking at his insect collection. Upset, he orders them to leave and locks the door from outside. He also puts a rag under the door to keep the spider from getting out. Little does he know that the spider has already started to create havoc by reproducing. By this point in time, Tumini is seen choking in excruciating pain, which eventually results in his death. Afterwards, the neighbors in the apartment hear the constant barking of Tumini's dog. They then gather outside his room and knock on the door. When Tumini doesn't respond, they force open the door, only to be greeted by his lifeless and blood-covered body lying on the floor. Soon after, the police take over the scene. Upon investigating the place for a while, they wrap the body in a plastic bag and take it for post-mortem. Afterwards, the residents take Tumini's dog and gather in Caleb's room to comprehend the situation. During this, the earlier local resident tries to blame Caleb, claiming that he sold drugs to Tumini earlier. However, Jordy asserts that there's no marks of syringes on the body, just thousands of spider bites that all look like syringe marks. So it's definitely not the case of a drug overdose. On the other hand, the janitor is cleaning the basement when she notices that all the air vents are covered with spiders and their webs. She uses bug spray to wipe them out, but this only forces them deeper into the ventilation system. Sometime later, Lila goes to use the bathroom when the vent cover falls down. She tries to put it back but accidentally trips and falls. While getting Looking up, Lila notices a towel moving slowly. As she proceeds to lift it, a spider suddenly jumps on her, scaring her heart out. Following this, she immediately locks herself in the shower and calls her boyfriend for help. Jordy initially decides to capture the spider in a glass, but after seeing how big it is, he opts to kill it. He covers the spider with the towel and stomps on it repeatedly. Thinking that it's dead, he lifts the towel, but to his horror, the spider has replicated into numerous tiny ones. Oh my god, that's not a spider, that's Lord Voldemort using a spell. Arachna! The two then quickly seal the bathroom from outside and run away. In the aftermath, everybody turns to Caleb, demanding the truth. They believe that he is responsible for all the chaos. Left with no options, he finally admits that he bought one little spider that escaped from its box, leaving only the cocoon behind. Jordy then proceeds to inspect the box, but as soon as he opens it, he has to shut it instantly. Turns out the box is now filled with spiders. Meanwhile, the janitor continues to clean the basement when she comes across a bunch of spider webs on the ceiling. Intrigued, she opens a vent on the ceiling, only to find numerous spiders making their web. Unaware of the danger they possess, the woman sprays 2 poison cans at once and climbs up to see what happened. However, the resilient spiders are still alive, and they immediately attack her to death. Back in Caleb's apartment, Jordy suggests that they evacuate the building and report the problem to the authorities. Everyone agrees, but before they leave, Caleb and Mathis decide to inform the rest of their neighbors. The duo then goes door to door to warn them about the impending danger, while the others wait in Caleb's room. However, their efforts prove futile, as nobody responds to them. They eventually come across Claudia's room, find the door open. As they make their way inside, they find her asleep in front of the TV. Caleb proceeds to wake her up, but he's terrified to see spiders coming out of her body, revealing that she's already dead. She must have watched the wrong VHS tape. In the meantime, Jordy reads online that some spider species can grow 10 times bigger than their mother to neutralize their predators. Just then, they hear a sound coming from the kitchen. They go to check and shockingly come across a huge spider emerging from the dead dog's stomach. Sensing the immense threat, Jordy, Lila, and Minot decide to leave the building right away. Caleb and Mathis join them in the hallway, and the group makes their way towards the exit. When they find the main door covered with giant spiders, they plan to leave through the basement parking lot. But unfortunately, the alley before the parking lot is basically where the spiders are living. As the group brainstorms ideas to escape, Caleb sets the timer for the light bulb in the room. This is when they notice that the spiders stop moving as the light is on. With this information, Minot devises a plan. She decides to stay back and hold the timer switch until the group crosses the alley. Caleb hesitates to leave his sister behind, but she assures him that she'll catch up to them. Following this, Minot holds the switch, while the others put on their hoods and cautiously make their way through the spiders and their thick webs. Once they reach the other side, Minot sets the timer to the longest setting and runs towards her group. But as she gets closer to the end of the alley, the light goes out, causing her to halt. The spiders slowly surround her, and it appears she's going to meet her demise. However, Caleb arrives in the nick of time and pulls her towards him. Although they manage to cross the alley safely, they're unable to get out because the police from the other side have held the door shut. When the group tries to break it open, the cops release smoke bombs, forcing them to retreat to the other side again. Upon reaching the stairs, they realize that Jordy is missing. Caleb hurriedly opens the alley door to rescue him, but it's already too late. Jordy is wrapped in a web and stung by dozens of spiders. The hell are you doing, Jordy? Come on, man. The rest of the group members then hide themselves in a room and mourn their friend's loss. After a while, Mathis comes up with an idea to go to the roof so that they can find some help from the neighborhood. The group members wonder if they'll be able to fight the spiders, to which Mathis points towards some firecrackers, asserting that they can defend themselves. Those shitty kids are good for something. Following this, they begin climbing the stairs while fending off the spiders with the help of the firecrackers, flares, and flashlights. When they run out of supplies, Caleb grabs a Molotov cocktail and throws it towards the spiders. This started with that. This earns them some time to escape upstairs, and they somehow manage to lock themselves in a top floor room. Not long after, the police break into the room and proceed to take them into custody. The group desperately claims that they're not infected, but the cops remain skeptical. As a result, a physical brawl ensues between the two parties. The cops eventually manage to knock all of them down before cuffing their hands. Later, when they regain their consciousness, they find themselves in the parking lot, where the cops are gathering the bodies of spiders that were killed by poisons. Amidst this, Caleb notices that Mathis is already bitten by a spider, and the infection is gradually getting worse. Knowing that he doesn't have much time left, Mathis makes a brave decision to sacrifice himself and create a distraction so that his friends can escape. He turns off the generator and breaks into the alley door, making way for the spiders to pour out. As expected, a swarm of spiders emerges from the door, prompting the police force to shoot at them. This distraction distraction allows the group members to free themselves from the restraints and flee towards Lila's car. During this, Minot gets stuck behind a van due to the ongoing gunshots. Caleb goes to rescue her, only to get shot in his knees.
Oh, shit!
But despite this setback, he wraps up the wound with a piece of cloth and rushes to the car along with his sister. The three friends then start the car and hit everything on their way as they drive through the parking lot. They somehow manage to reach the exit gate and breathe a sigh of relief upon seeing the sunlight. In the final scene, all the deceased people are honored by having their pictures pasted on a monument. Furthermore, the entire ring-shaped building is demolished, eradicating all the spiders inside. We later see Caleb sitting in the forest when a little spider appears in the back of his jacket, but instead of killing it, he gently grabs it with his bare hands and leads it towards the bush. Here you go, little buddy. Lucky for you, I've learned absolutely nothing from my trauma.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share it with your loved ones so they can enjoy it too. Your support really means a lot to us. Kindly leave a like, drop a comment and join our growing family by staying connected with us. Yen.